Hey there, Jim Phillips, life strategist, author of The Key to Life Living in Full Expression. I trust you are doing well today and had a wonderful week. Yesterday, or last night I should say, was the second episode of a live streaming TV program that I'm doing called Living in Full Expression with Jim Phillips that streams live on Awake TV Network, awaketvnetwork.com I should say. And I encourage you to go to awaketvnetwork.com and check it out. There's about 70 or so speakers, teachers, healers, thought leaders, people with just tremendous information, tremendous experiences that can benefit people of all walks of life anywhere in the world. And in fact, what's really interesting is that a lot of the folks that are hosting these TV shows, they are from around the world, which allows us to have a 24/7 format. But last night, and I just want to explain the situation I went through and maybe shed a little bit of light or insight on how we can move through challenging situations and still allow everything to come out as we had intended, in many cases better than we had intended. So as I mentioned, it's a live stream broadcast. There isn't any rehearsal. There isn't anything that you can do to go back and edit in as you are live streaming. So as I was about to go live, there was a gentleman that was on the screen that's part of the support team, and he was helping me work through really setting it up for the live stream and explaining a couple of situations or glitches that have shown up. The network only launched a couple of weeks ago, so we're still working through a few of the technical issues that have shown up a couple of times. So he was talking about this one issue that as we live stream, it's also being recorded by Vimeo so that we can host it on the website awaketvnetwork.com. And he said, while you're live streaming, if your screen changes and shows more or less like a video, he said you need to click your screen twice and that'll get rid of it. I said, okay. I said, I can certainly do that. And I'm fairly comfortable doing videos now, so I wasn't really anxious about that. We were like 2 minutes from going live, and as we approached it, the countdown happened, and I clicked the button that allows it to go live. Right hand or left hand corner of the screen, it says live. So here we are live. I started talking, then a couple of seconds into it, that screen showed up that was showing that it was like a video, like I mentioned before. I clicked on it twice. In the left-hand corner where it said that I was live streaming, it now said DVD. All of the controls that I had completely disappeared. And all I had on the screen was this still shot, looked like a screenshot of me in a video. And it was like a screenshot you take of a video, and it has the arrow in the middle, and you would put your cursor on the arrow, and then it would start the video. So that was there. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, something obviously is wrong. I was hoping the gentleman was still with me, and I'm looking around trying to find the buttons. I quit talking or giving my presentation because I didn't know that it was live streaming. And so he's walking me through this whole procedure, and we couldn't figure out what it was. Well, then I come to find that me going through that whole procedure was being live streamed. So everybody that was on there at that time got to see me fumbling around. Thank God I didn't say anything that would be offensive or would be ridiculous for me to have to look back on. Worked through the situation, he explained it to me again, and I said, okay, and he said, we're going to start over. And I said, all right. Do the countdown again, start over. It says live in the left-hand corner. I know I'm live streaming. I start talking. All of a sudden, that same screen comes up. I click twice on my screen, and once again, all of my controls disappeared. So here it is a second time, and I'm trying to speak extemporaneously, which is the way I prefer to speak. I don't like to have, I'll do notes or bullet points, but I don't like to have any written script or anything that I've memorized. I want it to be as free-flowing as I possibly can. So here I'm trying to speak extemporaneously. I'm looking around for the controls. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of what's on the screen, not even knowing if I was continuing to live stream. But I kept talking anyway. And all I was looking at the whole time was this image of me on the screen as if I'm in a video. So I kept talking. I made the presentation, and everything felt really disoriented to me. I didn't feel like what I was saying was connected. I was thinking it the whole time, is this being live streamed? Am I just wasting my time? And if what I'm saying making sense to anybody? Got to the end, it's a 30-minute show, got to the end of the 30 minutes and clicked off, did what I was told to do or thought I had, only to find out this morning that when I reviewed the video that I had not clicked off. And you can see the frustration in my face because I couldn't find the controls to totally click it off. And I said something under my breath that probably was not a word that I should have said, but you can't really hear it unless you're looking for it. Now that I've told you this, you'll probably be looking for it. Anyway, the whole point of this is that I continued to give my presentation. I worked through a challenging situation. I was concerned, I'll be honest, I was concerned about how the video was going to appear and whether or not the message that I was delivering was a message that made any sense, because as I'm going through it, it didn't, because I had random thoughts going through my head regarding whether or not it was being recorded and all of those things. Didn't sleep really well last night, so I got up this morning, it was about 5 o'clock, made my coffee, and I sat down to watch the video, and it had already been posted again. And I watched it and I was surprised by how well it turned out. Now the first part of the video was edited out, the part where I was going through the process of working through the first time that the issue arose. Vimeo does a good job of editing things at the beginning and the end that just don't apply. But they don't do an edit of the whole video. They just do whatever may be a mistake at the beginning. So it started off really well. I could tell during watching the video, because of the expressions on my face, when the second time was that the screen popped up that I couldn't get rid of. And I could see that I was a little annoyed, and yet I kept talking. And I was surprised by how the message came out. It was a good message. It was a message that made sense. It was in alignment with what it is that I wanted to say. There was a question that I had been asked by a viewer earlier on that I wanted to answer, which I did. I also told a story about a couple of situations that I had been in that I think addressed that issue. So again, the whole point of this is that when you find yourself in a situation, number one, that's uncomfortable, which that was. It was very uncomfortable for me. I didn't know what the outcome was going to be, but I knew to get to the outcome that I was looking for, that I needed to just continue doing what it is I knew to do and to be who it is I know that I am. I knew I had a message that I needed and wanted, not needed, but a message I wanted to deliver. So I delivered it. And yes, I was concerned about how it was going to show up, but I had no control over that. All I could do was do what I could do, and then whatever forces are working with me or are working behind the scenes, let that unfold as it will, and then the outcome's going to be the outcome. And regardless of how I might have appeared, the message was going to be a valuable message, a powerful message, an empowering message to all who would listen to it. So as you engage in any situation where you feel uncomfortable, you feel like you are out of place, I don't want to say power through it, because to me that's too much like exerting more energy or more effort than is necessary. What I will say is just be who you are. Allow that which you are to be what is experienced and expressing through you. Allow that to be what has come forward. You as your ego self step aside. In my case, don't worry about how it was I was going to look or what it was that I was saying. Allow what needed to be said through me to be said. And I believe that you'll always find the results will be far greater than you thought they would be, and perhaps far greater than they might have been had things gone the way that they had initially been expected to, without the glitches that we had. I'll leave you with that. I hope you have a great week coming up. I appreciate you listening to these videos. I appreciate it when you share these videos to others that you think might benefit. I look forward to each time that I have this opportunity to share an experience with you or information that I am given that I believe would be of benefit to you and, again, anyone else who might be listening to this. If you like more information about me, if you want access to some of the videos I do, you can go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to that. You can also go to my website, livinginfullexpression.com. I have downloads on there, a lot of information about the other work that I do. My my strategy sessions, and just other programs that I have in the works right now. And of course, I invite you to investigate awaketv.com. Again, have a great week. I appreciate you, and I look forward to next time. Thank you. Take care.